Okay, so hello and welcome to the first level 5 Patreon 40 card divinations that I'm going to do. And this is what I'm doing for level 5, at least for this month. It could revert back to a 5 card spread as promised, but as I had some extra time and not so many takers this month, I thought I'd do the 9 card spread. And I've been working with this 9 card spread for a while. I'm really enjoying it. And I just wanted to explain it, I suppose, before I got into the reading for Benny. So this card is the first card, and it's the centre of it all. It's the crux of the thing, what the whole issue is all around. And the cards either side of it would be the equivalent, I suppose, of just a standard 3-card spread. And then above it is what should be done about it, or what's the positive attitude of it. And what's below it is what should be avoided, or what's the negative attitude of it. And again, then kind of like a 3-card spread of each of those. But also, the vertical lines are connected in each and can inform, some more about why it's good, why it's bad. And I often find these cards will be opposites of each other, or at least informing in some way. And then, of course, the 4 outside cards as well can lead us to see some blockages or things like that. So, also excuse the terrible towel and the layout. I have to work out a proper way of getting this so it looks super nice and cool. So, the question Benny asks is, what are the consequences of my avoiding traditional practices and teachings in order to forge my own, mostly DIY approach to magic? So I'll give the cards a bit of a shuffle first. Let me get into the question. So let's reread this question. What are the consequences of my avoiding the traditional practices, teachings in order to forge my own? So it's like essentially going the case magic route. And is that good or bad? Let's see if I can pull this shuffle off. Not terrible, not great. But we'll split them. Okay, that seems about right. So, crux of it all, the lovers. So this would be... No, I'll put them all out first and we have a look. And you can see the order that I do these in as well. Okay, so hopefully that can all be seen. So, as you can see, the centre of it all, it's the lovers. So it's comfortableness, being comfortable. So the consequences of doing your own path is a comfortableness and not necessarily being challenged. It's your own voice. It's saying your truth. But there is an adventure involved in it because you have to go out and actually do it. But I suppose the own voice here, in a sense, if you look at it from a pictorial point of view, is kind of shouting at the comfortableness. And it's kind of, in many ways, the protesters and lovers are, they're in opposition because there's anger, there's Mars energy, there's, action, wanting to do it. It's volatile, it's movement, it's doing something. Whereas the lovers is not. It's in bed, lying, relaxing. It's like comfort or inertia or something like that. And then, of course, the adventure then is, there's a cross in it as well, that it's an adventure, but it's an adventure of your own making, rather than a true adventure. That, it's the thing about self-learning or being an auto-tic-tac, is that you never really go into the places that make you uncomfortable, or at least it's harder to go into places that make you uncomfortable. Whereas if you went to college, say, and my story is I went to college and I did aromatherapy, and part of that was I had to learn all the bones and all the muscles, which I would never have done had it been a case that I just learned aromatherapy by myself. But had been pushed and having to do that, or you'd failed the exams, led then to me having a greater understanding of how to approach aromatherapy or the human body and how it interacts and all that. And I wouldn't have ever got there had I just stayed in bed as the lovers in the comfortable zone, in the comfort zone. So what's to be avoided is so you have the opposer, the fixer, and the chaste. And the fixer is looking at the chaste. So the price to be paid is, cutting back, discipline, and it's, kind of not getting the things you want or whatever. It's this kind of sense of being aesthetic, like the way the Buddha went out first and didn't eat for a while, before he realised that's not his path. And as I said in the introduction, how you can see that sometimes these are the opposites. This is very true. So it's saying, like, don't be the chaste, but be the monk. Like, go into silence, go into your own truth, go back, simplify. But it's not about discipline. It's not about cutting things out. It's not about, not doing the things you like. Or discipline yourself to go, in the case of the chase, to not have sex because you think there's a purity to it. It's more retreat, silence, get into the darkness. Although when you look at it, like the monk, he's stepping out of the darkness. Well, I suppose he could be returning in, but it seems to me like he's stepping out of. And the dancer's looking at the monk. So you have to kind of go with it and go with this kind of, simplicity, pulling back, make it as simple as possible. Don't overcomplicate things. Of course, the conductor then here is saying that, this is your choice. You've decided this is what to do. So if you're going to do it, you can kind of see this kind of flow of this arc. It's to decide what you're going to do it and really go for it, but at the same time, make it as simple as possible. The fixer's not looking at the opposer. So the opposition, of course, this is the thing that should be avoided, right? So, and if you can see, just if I noticed, again, let's see why is it opposite. From one is saying go with it, from one is saying there's a price to be paid. There's no price to be paid. You just have to go with it. And then the opposite of the conductor and the opposer then is, you're making the decision, you're doing the thing, you're taking the reins. Whereas this is kind of a card that would just be of things that are stopping you, that are in your way. Just don't think there's anything in your way. So I suppose to kind of pull all this together, Benny, a bit for you, I would say that the consequences is this comfortable thing, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And the things that are holding you back, thinking that you really should be doing something else. The fixer, that there's a price to be paid. I didn't go to college for this, so haven't really earned it. I need to suffer a wee bit. I need to be opposed. I said, no, it's not. It's take the reins, go with it, simplify, keep it. Be clever about it, be silent about it, just do a retreat, get into your own thing. But speak your voice. Go on an adventure. Don't be overly comfortable. But it's a positive. I would say it's not saying that there's that much negative going on with it. Not to worry too much about it. So then the 4 corner cards. Well, they're in different directions. One is removal of things, one is going in the direction of making something, one is opposing, and one is retreating. So it's retreating rather in opposition, taking the reins rather than, discipline and giving up stuff. Sacrifice. It's not sacrifice. Not a sacrifice. The price to be paid is not sacrifice. It doesn't have to be hard. Simplify. Right, so I'm just going to start repeating things at this point, but that's it. That's how I would do it, a 9 card reading it, and that's what I've been working on a lot recently and really enjoying it because there's so many different ways and so many insights, and it's really amazing to see just how much of this really lines up and how the 40 servants really, really work in this, and how there's a great kind of sense of being able to tell the story a bit better in a bigger reading than a 1 or a 3 card. So hope that helps, Benny.